Moon Studios back again. No mercy, no pause. Only legends survive. Yeah. Step in the circle, the fire's lit. Permadeath loaded, you ready for it? Broken blades and busted dreams. Blood on the D-pad, hear the silent screams. Health bar thin, heart rate thick. Boss fights dirty, that AI slick. One wrong move, that's all she wrote. Hardcore life, sink or float. Can't save me, no safe zone. Track controller, sticks and bones. Every fall's a lesson learned. Light the pyres, watch them burn. Yeah! No rest for the wicked, we rise or we ride. This ain't no checkpoints, all that you got. Grip tight the blade, feel the burn in your chest. One life, one shot, now die like the best. Yeah, 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 yeah. Guitar solo rips to his synth, undertones to start to feel chaotic, but triumph. Fade to black, now rage respawn. Born for the struggle, pain's my dawn. Elder echoes, souls born blood. Parry that fate, stand in the flood. Frames drop cold in the clutch of despair. Skill check savage, better come prepared. Permadeath whispers, your story's done. Girl, rise, rise, a rot in the dirt. Fight, fight, fight through the pain in the heart. Drop all instruments except for heartbeat, bass, and whispered vocals in the silence. Legends are forged and lost in the fire. Fire, fire. No rest for the wicked. We rise or we rock. This ain't no checkpoint, it's all that you've got. Grip tight the blade, feel the blood in your chest. One life, one shot, now die like the best. Yeah. No rest, no peace, only glory or grief. Final bell toll echoes out like the end of a long, brutal fight.
First to chat right out the gate. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's bring back the game's audio itself. Hope everybody is doing well. By the way, for those of you who are new, we will be doing some continued giveaways of this incredible game. We gave away 2 copies on the last live stream, and then we gave away 2 more copies to those of you who've commented on the live stream once it's in VOD form. So we're going to continue to try and do just that as well. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to go ahead and set one single goal here for the stream, and that will help us drive even more copies into community's hands. Just for sake of review, for those of you who also don't know, you need to be on my Steam friend list. Steam only lets me gift to those who are on my friends list, and my code is in the description. You also have to be in a region in which that I can gift. So if you're going after, like you already own a copy of the game and you want to be a part of the giveaway for a friend, just have them. We just need to make sure that they're on my friends list, so that way the copy can be yours. Now, all that being said, today will be continuing our hardcore journey. We have now, this is my 4th hardcore character, third hardcore character. The mage one did not last long, as I predicted. We've made a little bit more progress on this, and we're kind of, the building of itself is going to be kind of tailored to when we get kind of a cool weapon like an oar or a scythe or whatever we end up coming across. That's going to be what we decide to actually start putting those stats into. But anyway, all that being said, let me go ahead and jump in to my hardcore character named Death. Very fitting, very fitting. Let's see here, and then yeah, hardcore 3. Let's go with that. Perfect. Oh, turn on my controller. It is currently off. All right, all right. Boom. All right, cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Bruto, good morning, dude. How are you today? What I hope to hear is those of you who have been able to now play the game because of a gifted copy. Like, what do you think? You know, so sound off below, sound off while live. I'd love to hear those discussions. Now, currently I'm rocking a knife, but I don't ultimately want knives. I probably should go check and see if there's any weapons at the forge. Let's grab.
Do it for God and
Grab these bounties. Good little bit of experience boost. Oh, and no, I'm on my hardcore character. Well, if I die, we'll switch over to another character. Whether I finish the quest that I'm currently on, I'm level maxed on my monk, or if I swap to leveling up, you know, the former hardcore characters to now non-hardcore. I could go with a mace. Like, let's see, that's a faith build. Okay. I wish I knew what the ore was. Does anybody know what the, like, one of these new weapons is? Oh, also, again, for those of you who want, if you want to come hang out in Discord, the lines are open. You can talk about whatever you want.
like steel.
Vicarus says, I bought the game when it was on sale with the intention of playing an hour or two, and then I refunded it, even if I liked it, to wait until it's done. Man, dude, like, you're gonna end up paying more because the price of the game will go up, and this isn't them, you know, just doing what Gearbox and Randy Pitchford, you know, said this past week. This is gonna be something that you need to kind of just be a little bit aware of. Be aware of. This is hotfix number 4. Patch number 1 is on its way. We don't have a date yet on it. That's why this stream is the patch number 1 waiting room. The shallows. So I guess we can go back to the shallows. See what we can get done down here. Enemies right out the gate. Let's go. I gotta remember I'm in hardcore mode. All right. Experience potions. This is perfect. Oh. Fishing. Dangerous. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. So you playing for an hour or two and then refunding it, even if you like to wait until it's done, but then you're now 50 hours into it. That's awesome, dude. Like, oh man, dude, like, no, it's only gonna get better too. It's like you're gonna save so much money. Iron Song. Did YouTube cut you off on like a link? That usually gets me. I'm like, oh, having a good conversation, and then it's like, oh, I can only use so many characters. All right. Oh man, let's heal. There we go. There we go. That was Oh, there's another one. There you go. All right, is that the last of them? All right. Yeah. Well, like, you know, so you say you can't believe that it's still like mostly positive. I think honestly that's a really good sign, and I think it will, as they continue to make content and updates, that value is going to go up. I do wish, and I do agree that in terms of like, if somebody bought it with the intention of leaving a bad review and then refunding the game, it's like I wish there was a way to filter those out, because that's like that's an inaccurate representation. Let's see here. Did I do the? Oh, I can't remember what quest I was on. Let's see here. Still don't have a shovel. There's another fight that I can get to over here. I got it though. I gotta run from that. That's not going my way. Yeah, that's what I was hoping to like get with my mage build, and it didn't. I've been starting like all of the builds that I'm intending in hardcore mode, and so like mage did not make it that long. Forgot about my focus abilities on the knife. Having that distance, that gap closer. Come on. There we go. There we go. Boom, baby.
My lucky day.
Yeah, if you're mages, that's the mage, fantasy is that
You and me then.
glass cannon easily. There we go. I haven't found a ring of determination either, Mjorn. Still, it eludes me now. I've done a lot of Crucible, like there's, but I'm wondering if there's pure RNG. Excuse my yawning. I checked the vendors. Oh crap. All right, we're gonna not be too risky, shall we? No risk for the wicked. Back up a little bit. I missed. Boom. Good morning, Sonny. All right. Let's see here. Guys hiding in the boat. Cool. All right. Still got something in there.
I'll make it quick.
Go, there we go. You just bought the game after the Breach release, been on your wish list since before, pulling hard for the game's success. Awesome. Well, welcome in, man. I'm glad that you're jumping in. I think there's a lot to really be looking forward to this, this year alone. Breach patch, you know what? He even alluded that, like, because they're saying patch number 1, but they might give it a name as well. And if you're gonna name a patch, like they did with the Breach, like that does start to bode that maybe that means we will see, multiplayer. Maybe that's gonna be what they decide to kind of bake into it. I mean, time will ultimately be the the deciding factor here, but dude, I am looking forward to it. There we go. Like, so close to another level. Kevin says, love watching your videos. Keep up the good work promoting the game. Awesome game. I'm addicted and not stress how great the game is. The design, they feel so polished. And this is, I would argue, much like with AI, this is the worst it will be. It will only get better from here, right? So like with AI, like today is the worst that it will be, and then it will just continue to get this insane radical improvement upwards and upwards and upwards. That's how I viewed that Wicked. It's like, yep. Oh, it's got a bug? Okay. Somebody's got performance issues? Understandable. That sucks. They're gonna get it. I have full confidence they're gonna get it. Take that into the face. There it is. And the level. Level 8. Still looking for another weapon. Let's see here. Wooden sword. That's dex. I don't want a dex. I want to go off of, in a weird way, a stat. And so it's like, I guess I could go mace. Mace is a faith build. Let's see here. Let's rock the mace. Ooh. Takes me right into encumbered pretty fast. Okay, well, oh, what's the hammer's also a faith build. Still encumbered. Let's see here. All right, I'm just gonna kill with this for now. And then we're gonna keep doing daggers, I guess. Like that puts me, yeah, I'm in heavy. I mean, I guess I could change up some of this. Let's see here. Stagger resistance. That seems kind of lame. Oh man, let's see. If I do that, and then if I do this, okay, I'm heavy, so I can have the hood. I lose out on, what am I losing on this? Cold damage. I don't have cold damage yet. Damage taken decreased by 2% based on durability. All right, interesting. Dude, Big Hat says just waiting for the multiplayer to really dive into it. Tried to convince some friends to get it while it was on sale, but none of them wanted to before multiplayer was added. That's completely fair, but man, I'm betting they're gonna do other sales. So there's there kind of looks like betting on that, but I wonder what does happen in the grand scheme of things. Second. Why does it tell me? Didn't I do this? Thought I did that. Now let's go turn in. Maybe it's a bug. Daniel asks, what's the learning curve on the game? Looks a lot better than when it first released. I think that's gonna be hard. Like, there's no way I can give you an unbiased answer because I've been playing hundreds of hours of this game, and so a lot of it just feels like this is what I wish other games did. If you're coming from either a Souls-like or an ARPG, background, if this isn't your first ARPG, I think you're gonna find a lot of things that make a lot of sense. So the learning curve is definitely going to be something less. I wouldn't recommend starting in a hardcore mode because it is a little bit more intense. But overall, there's some really cool ideas, and just because people look at the perspective and they're like, oh, it's Diablo, and it's like, it's got way, it's like a 3D fighting game more than anything else. But it still has that root into the action RPG and more. So combat in and of itself might take you a minute, especially if you're coming from Diablo or Path of Exile, but you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I rescued Gordon. I'm just I can't remember where I am at in the cities. Oh good, I did. I was like, I didn't.
My wife thinks you Sarah are some kind of heathen troublemakers.
Oh, hey.
Patrick super chatted $20. Enjoyed you during New World, and I'm enjoying your content for this gem of a game. Currently rocking a lightning build with fists. I wish I could find a better build. Would like to try out Plague and Frost.
I will sit down and show off my current monk build as well, Patrick. So I just got a really cool weapon that I actually put frost into it. So not lightning, but frost, and that helps out dramatically. And I do wonder if we'll see some adjustments to the elements, because when it's all said and done, the frost is, if I get the opportunity to be a frost build here as well, I'm taking it. It's really, really
You
cool.
don't seem so bad to me. Just another empty
I thank
belly
you
pushing
so
in
much
still.
for the super chat, Patrick. That really means a lot to me. And honestly, I'm looking. I'm not like anybody who's quit New World. Like I'm gonna play some more of it this year. But it's just like with MMOs, they become seasonal things. They just become games that I kind of play for, you know, like a month, and I'll go take a year break and then play for a month. You know. Don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's just what I have found for my busy schedule. All right, I probably need to sell some of this stuff. What was I thinking? Just, oh yeah, recipe. I can sell those back.
Take your pick.
All right. That's a dex. Hey, come on, it's a dex shield. All right. Well, let's get rid of you. I'm gonna hold on to the daggers just in case. I'm gonna hold on to that just in case. Damage increased for 13. After damage dodged. That's not a bad set of pants. You're rocking a Frost Region Wolverine build? Wolverine, like I haven't seen the claws yet. I got like these like fisticles that have like these little spikes on them. See, that's a little bit lighter weight if I needed to lower. Let's see here, shock buildup. All right, gosh, I want. Ooh, that is a strength and faith. The hammer. Let's see here. All right. We'll hold on to the rest.
That acts no fool.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it. Like if I die on this hardcore character, we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll I'll toss over to my monk, and like I'm almost finished, I believe, with the story. I've gotten the 2 zones cleared. Now I got to go back to Nameless Pass, so I might jump over to that, see what we can get freaking done, and then we'll do we'll figure out
Tom
more
Morrow
hardcore.
super
Oh,
chatted $5. Loving the videos lately. You are the sole way I stay updated on NRFTW during the work week. Much love and God bless.
thank you, Tom. Thanks so much for that support, dude. Appreciate that. Dude, this game, it's also incredibly like it's like somebody, one of the things like was really fun is to kind of see all the people who were shocked by just how many kids I have. They're like, how do you have 6 kids? And I was like, bro, like, why do you think I stream at 4 in the morning on a Saturday? It's like, and that's what I stream. Like, it's not like every day.
Strong as my word.
You know, it's like, no, man. Like, I gotta grind. I gotta go work. But no, it's been a real pleasure. I'm so glad people do enjoy the content, and that's just something that's a lot of fun. Like, I like sharing my love of video games. I like talking with gamers. YouTube gives me that ability, and you guys are the ones, like, in my mind, like, I mean, I owe you all the thanks to you. Like, I'm glad you guys are getting something good out of the videos. That's the goal that I have with every video that I try to make. There needs to be some value to you guys, whether it's news, information, guides, good discussion, you know, in that regards, or the message of hope. I think, you know, again, it just feels, this is a real fun hobby. That's what, and for me, I'm gonna use that word, hobby, because it's good to have balance in your life. I feel for, and I understand the typical content creator path, right? Where they're just like, okay, you know, I need to make content because I need to feed my family, and it's like, no, I feed my family. You guys just make it fun to give away copies of the game and take my wife out for dinner, you know. So thank you so much, Tom, and thank you again so much, Patrick, for that support, for sure. All right, let's continue on. Okay, so I forgot to sell my So this is gonna be a faith build. Unless I get like an ore or something radical, because I'm not gonna go get the unlock for the stat allocation. So you got to make those strategic choices right away. Let's see here. We can get as much free space there as possible. And I need to.
You didn't know you couldn't live without.
Say he left already.
They say he left. Gosh, I need an axe. Okay, I can't cook yet at Gordon's. When you can cook, you can make even better food. Like at his restaurant. See, Daniel, gosh, I wish we could infuse just that trade alone, knowing what you're stepping into before deciding to purchase, because I think that would help so many people who find themselves just angry about something, and it's like the information that was there the whole time, you know. So it's like, how does that information get out? It's like the only solution in my mind is you got to have personal responsibility. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thanks guys for the 29 likes, by the way. I really appreciate that. That's a great and absolutely free way to support the stream. All right, let's see here. I need to get like a shovel and a hatchet. Does Whitaker have that for me? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, at least I got that. Yeah, because it's like I gotta start doing some of these town projects. Okay.
Why cut them slice when you can burn them free?
Good day.
Good day. Good day. Does he have? I didn't get a shovel. Cool. There we go. Tool set acquired.
Victory is born in the forge.
Dude, so like a gym cutter would be really cool. And Tom, if you wouldn't mind sending me that link so I can also, because like one of the things that I feel like I like to do, and you guys haven't seen these kind of videos yet because we're kind of in this news cycle. You know, there's guides and news to cover. But one of the things I do like to do is like, hey, what is the community suggesting? And highlight y'all's ideas. Even if I don't agree with them, it's always feeling like if I can help elevate everybody's voice. Honestly, I think the devs do an incredible job. One of the things that I've experienced in other games and not this one is like more feedback. Like devs are responding not just to content creators, right? Like they're responding to everybody on Twitter and on Discord, regardless of if they have a following. And I love that. Like that's so refreshing, because I think it's not about, like, there are things that I as a content creator would like to see, right? Like one of the things I'd like to see when it comes to multiplayer is I like to play with you guys. I don't, it's not just like, hey, here's me and, you know, some buds and we're characters on a show. It's like, no, y'all can join into the live stream. You can join in on the voice chat. You can join in on the game. However, the way that they've kind of currently communicated about Realms, well, it's a little bit different. It's like you have this citizenship of a realm, and I'm like, it'd be really nice to have a streamer realm so that I could be like, hey, yeah, here, when I'm live, the realm is live, and then y'all can jump in and like kind of like putting a quarter on there. And then if somebody's got to leave because that's the way the world is, like, hey, you know, I can only play for an hour, and then I got to go do whatever. It's like, cool. Then somebody else could easily slot into that spot. That's something that I want. That's not something everybody needs though, right? So it's like, yeah. All right, let's see what can we do? What can we do? The potion seller of rats and raiders. Okay, so, and then we got the potion seller. Maybe we go do that. Maybe let's see here. Huh. Okay, yeah, it did finally figure that out. Where is the rest of them? Let me just check. Maybe it's a new day.
Better this.
Yeah, that's why. Like, where are my bounties? There we go. And they're right out the gate. That one might. A little bit of a challenge. And then I can... We can attempt the potion seller. We can attempt the potion seller. Oh, dude. Treasure maps would be cool, Kevin. Treasure maps would be really cool. I think I'd be excited about that. Because then they could also be trade. Oh, I like this weapon. Then they could also be tradable, you know? Like, imagine, oh man, there's so many different possibilities. Like some maps could be craftable.
I love the stink of charge.
I love how fast that weapon is. Get out of the fire, Ryan. Go.
I take it back piece by piece.
Dude, mace is nice. Feels pretty good. Oh dear Lord, pay attention. Yeah. Woo. The fisherman who hates fishing made me laugh. I just wish I didn't suck at fishing. Like in real life. I'm going camping with my boys here, and when I say boys, I mean my literal sons. And it's like, yep, I gotta get the fishing stuff out that I haven't touched in a year. All right, we're gonna have a good time though. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. You're on the care. Oh, dude, the caretaker fight was legit. I'll have a guide up for you, Nivium. Hopefully, by Monday at the latest. We'll see. It depends on how my schedule goes today, because we are in the process of technically moving out of the house for a little bit, because we've been saving for years and years to get like new floors. For those who don't know, it's like, oh, I got 6 kids who have destroyed this house. Like the floors are just like absolutely awful. Like, it has a lot of weird transitions when we bought the house, and it's just like, so we're doing some stuff, and it's like, so I've been taking every night, like taking down beds and moving stuff. Kids are gonna go stay, family's gonna go stay with, so you might see some more streams and from me, because my office, like, I can't move it because there's so much stuff that I need to do my job, and I'm like, I can't take a month off of work, so I'm gonna go and like basically live upstairs in this office for while the floors get done, and then I'll go visit the family from time to time. My wife's like, get as much work as you need done. So I talked to my boss, and I was like, hey, just as a heads up, like, man, let me know if there's any issues, but you mind if I work a ton of overtime, so that when I do need to take PTO, I don't need to use PTO. I could just be, like, hey, yeah, he's put the hours in. He can take a day off without the need of PTO. So, and my boss is like, absolutely. My boss is awesome. Dude, I'm enjoying the mace. I like it. It feels fast. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that. Fall down, Brian. How did you die? I fell. That's how hardcore runs end. All right. I think maybe that's my strategy in terms of builds. It's like, okay, we're gonna primarily focus on one stat at a time. That's where like the job system, and when they add that, I'm really interested because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Because like, oh, if I wanted to switch kind of the weapon that I'm using, like, oh, my choices that I made earlier kind of cut me off from that. So the Kevin says looking forward to the job system and patch 1.0. I'm glad I didn't see the and when I first kind of looked at your message, Kevin, because I was like, somebody was like, oh, job system in 1.0. I was like, I could see this scenario playing out. Job system in the combat 2.0 update, which has been talked about as a milestone update for the game. However, they might not add in all the jobs until 1.0, because and somebody was like, oh, they're not going to add that till 1.0, and I was like, I think they're going to want to test it. I think they're going to want our feedback. I don't think they want to just rush in with that system at 1.0 and be so radically different that nobody knows what's what. And then it's like, it doesn't mean that they need to have every job like ready.
Don't belong here.
Yeah, kill your friends, please. And heal. There we go. There we go. Hello, Dragon Golf. Says jobs. So when I use the word jobs, it's just because like my gaming history and vernacular is so deeply rooted into Final Fantasy that I can't escape it. The other side of that, the word is that Thomas himself has highlighted the best Final Fantasies. Some of the best, like Tactics for sure is the absolute best. 7 absolutely is incredible. I think a lot of people give it more credit than 6. I think 6 still, like I'd argue 6 is better and I'd love to see them actually do a full-on remake, even in the style of 7 remake. All that to being said, I use jobs because Thomas has talked about bringing in the Final Fantasy Tactics job system into this. The more standard fair terminology is class, right? So, and that's where they're gonna put kind of various different, like your stat allocations and things like that. Like there's gonna be choice. There's gonna be like, there we go. There's gonna be all kinds of options. Yeah, Risen Raid. You only played Final Fantasy 14, Patrick. There you go. They use jobs in that. The one difference though, Patrick, as my nose is a little clogged up for some reason. In 14, the jobs are very curated. Meaning, with the exception of Blue Mage and the soon-to-come Beastmaster, I'm assuming that's going to be in the next year. With that, those exceptions, the jobs in Final Fantasy 14 are very curated. Traditional Final Fantasy jobs and job systems usually allow for a lot of experimentation and freedom. So if you've only played Final Fantasy 14, well, and I'm not, like, the fact that you haven't played Tactics, that's not on you. That's on Square Enix. Like, where is that game? You can only play it on your Android and your phone. What? I'm sorry. Like, that's why I usually get amused when I get, because like, I get advertising requests that I've only taken a few that are like brands that I like, but generally, like, I'll get like, hey, you want to advertise this mobile game? And I'm like, no, I don't play mobile games. I don't like mobile games. It would be such a rare exception to be like, oh, I actually played this mobile game and I like it. It's just, I just don't want to sit on my phone. I encourage more people taking crap off their phones. Like, I think we have too much phone time anyway. I think it's not healthy. So I have a huge concern about mobile games. Not that if you like mobile games, am I making a value judgment to you? That is not the case. I'm never, like, I can't foresee. I guess if I made my own mobile game and I made it the way I wanted it, maybe then. Wait, did I level? I did. All right, we decided this is gonna be a faith build. Faith. Let's get some faith. And the shield. Okay. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. So it's more in reference to Combat 2.0. I do wonder if we're gonna start seeing them seed some of those changes in the game. Oh yeah, that's much better damage. Like my charged attack was like doing 19. There we go. Now it's doing like 23. Oh, there's the paddle. What's the paddle take? Strength, mother of pearls. Oh man. Okay. Well, we're gonna get to a paddle build soon. Yes, I'm using an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, not sponsored in any way. I like it because it gives me the 2 back paddles, so I can do different things. Like, let me see here. That's a swipe. See, it's like, is that? Yeah, that's. Oh, okay, yeah. So I got parry on that, and then I got, you know, right bumper. That can do that here. So. Oh yeah, the character expression is wonderful. Well, and then it's like, again, like you can also, as a highlight in terms of like, because people are worried like, oh, if attributes go away, is player choice going away? It's like, no. In fact, you look at tactics, you get a ton of player choice through the job points. Like you get job points as an additional resource, and you get to level those into your character. Brad, welcome to the channel, dude. I don't know if you're with us live or if you subbed at a video, but either way, I appreciate that.
My blade gives thirst to your daddy.
That's how I'm gonna die, though. It's like, I'm gonna get cocky, I'm gonna get knocked off an edge. Oh yeah. Yeah, the set of gauntlets that I got, like they have those like little pokey things on them. It's wild because it feels like I never run out of stamina. It's like I'm just constantly just like going. Obviously hitting not as hard with that stagger resistance. So yeah, I think you're spot on. There's 2 types of gauntlets in this game. All right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
Ellsworth arms field hands and farmers and sends them to the slaughter.
Sends them to the slaughter.
By the time we breach Sacrament's gates,
What's
will
up,
anyone
Jack?
be
Good
left
morning.
inside?
Guys, give Jack some love. He's my editor in chat. Boom, baby.
Fighting.
Ah, dude, I suck at parrying. I need to practice that.
Sacrament. He can't protect it.
The acting, the voicing, like even like the words, like the characters feel so very, very alive. All right. Beautiful. There we go. Do some push-ups. There you go. Yeah, that'd be, it'd be wild if that gave me any kind of experience. So you're like, how'd you get to level 30? It's like, I just did push-ups the whole time. Oh, who's shooting at me? Oh, there he is. There we go. Boom, baby. So yes, I wake up Saturday mornings, live stream for gaming, because I can play with very, very limited interruption and demand. So yeah, that's kind of, this is the third one. And so as a heads up, with all the stuff going on, like it could be that next week, I don't have that going on for us. It might be like, oh, we'll take a pause on the Saturday morning. We'll see. Like I'd love to keep you going. There we go. Gotta be very careful on these ledges. Oh, come on. Can't just fall, buddy. Let's go. What's up, Cell? Hi, does anyone in chat know if there is a way to bypass the arena cleansing times on the pestilence zones? I haven't unlocked the pestilence the plague system yet. We might, if I die, we might continue that journey. Let's see here. Dude, Double Dragon, what a freaking great callback. Like, that would be, like, yeah, this generation's Double Dragon. Let's go.
Back to ash with you.
Farming endgame gear, nice. So in my non-hardcore character, the one that that is currently at max, I just finished the caretaker, and so that's where I'm at story quest wise. Which I have to say, these new zones, phenomenal. Like, what's also really cool is to see where the new zones actually then interact and connect with the old zones too. It's like, oh wow, like I got this one and this one, this one. Boom. So the new zones are the lowland meadows as a part of the breach update. and the Merriam Woods. I'll let that animate, that fade out because I make sure I get the ladder.
You don't belong here.
So that's what's added, and obviously Merriam Village, etc. So it's like when you come to the map, like it's a good size right now, and we know it's gonna even get bigger, and we know that we're just on the island. We're not even to the mainland yet, and that's the mainland, and as I've kind of alluded, is going to be like the expansion or something. And it'll be neat to see, like, do they follow the full expansion model, which I think that means you also follow a model in which you bundle the expansion in as kind of a one cost, or do they, like, I don't think the game will benefit from a No Rest for the Wicked 2. I think the expansion model makes the most sense. There we go. Yes. Yeah, and then the hotfix should solve some of the things causing it not to be, or something like that, apparently. When it comes to the edge, makes me nervous. Makes me very nervous. Honestly, what I wish, and maybe this exists, you guys can let me know. Is there any kind of perk that will, like, especially at level cap, make those XP, orbs heal you? Because honestly, I think it would be really cool to see, like, XP, because, like, you have kill on death, but it'd be like, all right, XP orb heal, or whether it's to your focus or to your state, like, you could do a couple different things with that, because, like, you still get them at level cap. They still exist. Just thought, I should probably post that on the forums. Like, that'd be a nice little enchantment. Because that could also even still work pre being level cap. Like, you could say, yeah, XP orbs are all, like, so as they come in, you get a little extra healing, little either, healing focus, stamina, like, you could have it do any number of things. All right, cool. We got the rats and raiders, so we can continue that quest there. I need to farm up more material so I can actually start upgrading sacrament, so I can do more. Dude, now they Thomas did talk about they will be adjusting fall damage. And it becomes very clear, like, it is very tightly tuned. Beautiful. Yeah, because it's like I find myself like, oh yeah, I'm finding near an edge. Finding up there's so much, and especially when you get into Merriam Woods, there's so much verticality. There is so much verticality, it's insane. Yes. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I'm working on, and we might do some more testing on that today. As I've been working on a power leveling video. Jeez, get away from this edge. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Woo! I too like to live dangerously. Is he gonna chase after me? I'm not fighting him on that bridge. He's the guy who ended my last run. My furthest run. And my goal is to continue to beat lengthen the runs that I do. My goal is to. So the furthest run I've had is 8 hours. The furthest run I've had is 8 hours. All right, let's see here.
Patrick super chatted $20. If you practice on slow hitters for parrying, that very much helps. It's basically how I keep my focus topped off.
That's good advice, Patrick. And thank you so much for that support, dude. I really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna, yeah. Who's a good slow hitter? Like, are you talking about those big guys that I was just fighting? Because I should practice, but I get nervous on the aspect that this is a hardcore character. But I guess I am taking hits to the face rather than anything else. All right, let's see here. Okay, the big boys. Okay, cool. It's good advice. It's good advice. We will see if I can become a parry god. Trying to get as many resources as possible. I think it was level 13 at my greatsword build. What level am I? 9. So a little bit more. I want to make more progress. Oh my God. Tom says, Ginger Prime, you enjoy the underground arenas yet? I really love the dungeon-ish feel to them having to use the torch and all. I do. You can also, if you don't want to take a torch, you can get the Illuminate rune as just a way of giving yourself some light. And they get dark, dude. Like, and then you also, if you go in and you find some of the green enemies, though, that glow, that's also pretty cool. Yes, I agree. I do enjoy that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, thanks guys for the 35 likes on the stream. Bada boom. Yeah, the last stream was nuts. I think we got to 100 while live. It was wild. They're up here. And I... probably just go to the potion cellar. Like, I get any kind of way to get knocked off. I'm like, no, thank you. There's usually a couple people up here. That makes me kind of nervous. Alright, let's go see if we can turn some stuff, get some projects going, and then we'll go to the potion cellar. Anything that boosts healing impacts lifesteal? That's good to know. It's really good to know.
Beta pop.
course. Oh. We got some gear we gotta go sell. Yeah, and so the that's what Thomas has alluded to in terms of the stat stick. So for those who don't know, it's like you have to use your I cord and you can unlock offhands, additional offhands, and additional weapons. And people kind of use like a utility. And Thomas has said that we're gonna like have 4 skills that apply to all your your weapons. So it's like you don't have to worry about doing that. So that's gonna be neat to see how that plays. Wait, what's going? Oh, I need to sell.
Hang on. The greatest.
See what options we got. So that's actually lighter, less armor, of course. Not a lot, not like any magical perks that I'm like, oh yeah. Staggering enemy. Healing increased by 8% based off of durability. A little bit lighter. Out of coffee. Well, this is a stronger mace. And I don't have any perks yet on this mace. Okay.
You know, it's
Damage increased by 13% for 5 seconds after damage dodged. That's... Get some more gems on that. Let's see here. %. Perfect roll on that one. Interesting. And, Right.
Life.
Heat damage infusion. What did they give me? Nothing too impressive. Both have the thrust abilities. Don't have an like. Oh man, I don't. Do I want to build this with as like a fire mace? I don't know. Hey, there we go. What do I like? Focus, stamina, elemental damage. Deal heat damage on block. I like that. Let's see here. Ah. I'm gonna probably keep this longer. I'm gonna drop an experience one on that one. Nice, 16%. Sweet. All right. Daniel says, Ginger Prime, when did you fall in love with the game? Like, what moment? I think it was literally like within the first couple of like the tutorial, like the combat. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. And then you get to that first boss, and then the potion, like, because I did the potion seller's quest before I even did the first boss, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I beat the boss, and it was so satisfying. And then I remember doing a second character and struggling at the boss fight. Struggling. I think that's where it's like, where it comes together, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I keep wanting to play, so I keep jumping back in. And then it's like, I leveled another character. Oh, continuing. Yeah, it's like, all right. Oh, yeah. Level cap. Okay. Now, they took away XP in the Crucible. That was pretty brutal. And now, at least they brought it back here, so it's very helpful. All right. Staircase. Do that. There we go. The end. Golden's Pantry.
Or sacred.
Yeah, and I'll need more gems. Right now, I should probably do the Rats and Raiders progress. Even though stepping into that area was like, was not strong enough last time on my last character.
You don't understand. Derek's a mad dog, but he's no fool. Why would he draw your men to Orbing Glades and then flee?
Because he was defeated, that's why. If he returns, our stone walls will be there to greet him. And why should I trust anything you have to say about the Risen?
Some of us join the Risen to build a better world. And some just to tear down the old one.
And some give speeches from behind bars.
I don't think
Saren, you have my thanks. Not many square off against Darek and return holding their head high. Or with a head at all. I pray Darek crawled under a rock somewhere to lick his wounds, but you don't defend a city on prayers. Perhaps it's worth considering Odessa's warning. I've known her since she was a babe, but I'm not sure I know who's in that cell.
You. Derek's
I was,
always
yeah,
never
I was like,
imagined
I know
people
the story. I've done this multiple times. But that's engaging. Like, I'm like, oh yeah.
Listen. Oh,
Radican.
but they may sell me flesh. Spring me from these gifts.
Where's that miserable runt wandered off to? He's supposed to have Elgin tonight.
Who? Gerard. He was dripping piss. Stuck his head in the fence. Looks like you're stuck with me. Why don't you invite old Elga to come round here? We can both enjoy the company.
Sod off.
Yeah, they're gonna add some target farming stuff. Honestly, like again, like I really have been enjoying people's feedbacks, getting different, you know, everybody's kind of different perspective on what they want to see. Yeah, I gotta go find the drunkard.
I fear it's happening again. The magic will bring salvation.
go.
I should have been there.
I don't think he's well.
Don't think he's well.
Thank you. The problem with there isn't in the house. I'll slip out.
Just knock that down. I thought you could re-roll on enchantments in this update. I haven't actually done it yet myself, so. Yeah, let's go. Let's stick in this lower area and get some more experience. Should have had a golden man. Like, there's so many little things I'm like, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice to have. That. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna go do potion seller. Tier 4 plague bosses are wild. Oh yeah. And then did you see that Tom talked about, like, not Tom, Thomas? Yeah. I was like, wait. Excuse me, man, my nose. Allergies. The Thomas talked about how that they wanted to have, like, after you defeated enough of the plague bosses, that there was like a super plague boss that would appear. I like so far the two new bosses that I fought are phenomenal. They're so much fun. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. There you go. Yeah, the overworld, like, it is, even with like everything, is still valuable to me as a player. Like, to continue going around, get embers and all that beautiful stuff. Finley has to be unlocked in Nameless Pass, and he will spawn in Sacrament every day, 8 p.m. to midnight your time. I'm assuming the in-game clock time, right? I wonder if I've unlocked Finley. I don't know if I've ever spoken with him. Oh, in real time, 8 to midnight. Okay. All right, I need to figure out the Finley thing, because I know he's in the game. I don't think I've ever interacted with him. Oh, that's Finley. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely not hit. Yeah, unlocked him. I just was. I rarely am I, you know, playing video games at 8 o'clock at night. It's so much easier for me to play in the morning. I hurt your friend. I don't want to touch that in case I die, because it's like then I'm just gonna shift over to a whole new world. This mechanic alone is so fascinating. I don't know if we see it in any of the new content, but the fact that it exists here, like, it's gonna be interesting to see if they bring any. I mean, they can just do whatever, like, right? All of a sudden, new platforms open up in the level. You have to traverse the level in a different way. The key is a little tricky to get. All right, I might need your help to make sure I get that unlocked. Woo. All right, let us carefully make our way. Not gonna try to do anything extra. Just don't fall. Oh, good lord. All right, time to run. Oh, good lord. All right. Not the guy to practice on. It's so dark in here. I'll leave him be. Woo! Made it. All right. Good night, Keller. Thanks, Daniel. Get some rest, dude. Loved, how you doing? There's silver up here. Oh. Hey, what's up? Call me TK. How you doing? Is this the only game I'm playing at the moment? So, I finished Act 1 of Expedition 33, but with the Breach update, it's like this is what I've. If I'm sitting down to play a video game, that isn't like with the kids, this is it right now. And but I do like I want to finish Expedition 33, so that like that might be something we do, especially if I end up having a lot more game time in the next month as we do this floor, replace our floors, yada yada yada. And then I want to play the Oblivion remake. Like, I really think that'd be fun. Why don't you come to Sacrament? Sell potions. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Level 10. Making progress. What's up, Isaiah? Says, thank y'all, I'll give it a go. Isaiah says, I can't figure out how to parry for the life of me. Was it easier to do before the update? I remember being able to parry some of the bosses regularly. And then chat says, parry should be easier. Try to do it a bit before you think and you should do it. Love stands for let us break bread together. Oh, I like that, dude. Doing great, actually. Starting June 1st, I'll be earning a paycheck from my business finally. Congratulations, dude. Congrats. I'm sure you've put in so much work. It's like, oh, owning a business. You just know it's like it's hard work. It is hard work, man. All right, let's see here. Level 10. Let's go to Nameless Pass. Let's we got some talk about Finley. Let's see if we can find this key. Yeah, I need to practice that parry. See if I got anything good though. We have an experience potion. No real gems. Oh yeah, high risk. High risk, high reward, baby. All right, maybe not Finley then. But we're still gonna need to go to Nameless Pass. Because then I think it, like, maybe I've never freed him. I cannot recall. Like, I'd have to go to the old build and see my character still had him unlocked or something. The speed running of the reroll items is going to be focusing on big chests. That's going to give you the best goal, but what I would recommend is making sure that you grab kind of the daily and weekly, challenges and bounties, and do those, because those are going to put you on a pathway to run. And what I would also recommend is that, I don't have it on this character, but I'll show you a really nice tip that you can take advantage of here in a minute, because Let me find a treasure chest, because this is something that helps on multiple like runs and clears, so you're not like, ah, missed. Let me try some parrying. There it is. Okay. All right. Come on, attack me. Darn it. All right. That's how we get better. That's how we get better. The hard ones when they hold their attacks. So not the quick attacks. So, okay, here's a good example. Here's a treasure chest. When you're playing, this is going to help you out dramatically. Pull up the map when you find something, and then go to the treasure chest marker. This will then, like as you're playing, you see that you can still see that treasure chest marker. It shows up, and you're like, oh, and there might not be a chest because like they do like move around, but you get an idea of like, oh. Yeah, I need to go and get those chests, and those are going to give you the best opportunities to get those embers. Looks like me parrying things, yeah. That's what it's like. I'm a dodge roller. It helps out dramatically because it's then you let the game basically help you, so that because you're gonna be in these zones over and over and over again, and you're like, oh, you're not gonna have every last there's the obvious chests, but there's a bunch of hidden stuff, and I mean that even applies to resources. So like, oh, you're like, oh, I need to get I want to farm this is a like what kind of resource, or like big bad boss or something of important. You have a bunch of different markers that you can apply so that you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a resource I want to grab. It's just, yeah, it's what I haven't been doing it on the hardcore character because it's like my mind, I'm like, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this realm. Thank you very much. It says, let us break bread together. Says, honestly, if you're not interested in parry, use a tower shield and have high poison block. Most enemies will get staggered just from hitting your shield. I like it. I like it a lot. Right, blocking will actually put fire damage on him. Oh god! That scared me every time. I was like, I even was anticipating it. Just like, goodness gracious. Oh, I need a repair. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that before. Yeah, I completely missed that treasure chest. It's like that's a perfect opportunity to like, yep. Don't forget, treasure chest might be here in the future. I've noticed that like on my monk, because like I can find my way behind them and I'll still do like that suplex, and it's just like, I like it. No complaints. Pinwheel staff. Might be a fun little offhand. Do not have any gems. See if I got any new gems to see if I can't build out this mace, make it even better. Not a one. All right, let's see if she'll enchant it and see if we can get lucky. Damage increased by 20% for 30 seconds after backstab. Bummer. Damage increased by 9%. Not bad. Any runes I can slot in? Nope. What runes does she have? Repair, illuminate, pulse of health, return, heal aura, and channel. Okay. Excuse me. You just did a faith build and found some faith scaling fist weapons. Was using Grimace Stone and Siren Queen's Horn. All right, I have not run into those. That's the thing. Like, there's so many really great weapons, and that's, I don't know. Like, I'm all on board for them doing the job system, because I think that opens up so many different opportunities. Because right now it's like, yeah, I kind of focus in on one stat. You know, it's like I don't split stat And there, that cuts off some of the weapons proficiencies, even though I could try them out. And then, especially on a hardcore character, I'm not going into the Crucible right now to try and get enough so I can unlock the stat, remake. No way. However, it'd be interesting to see if somebody was able to go in early on, take out the Echo Knight, but maybe that would be it. Get to Sacrament, run the Crucible. Good luck. All right, let's go and open up that pathway. I love how, like, by exploring and kind of making your way through a zone, like, you open up new ways to travel and get around. that rat lunged at me, missed, and then died. Like, opening up that gate up there, like, it's just like, oh yeah, it makes it way more enjoyable for future playthroughs. Woo! Almost for myself. Power block, baby. Old cottage key. You spend a lot of time hunting for a weapon that has ice throw on it so that you could extract it. It's pretty OP skill. You throw your one-handed weapon like a boomerang and can easily freeze mobs. Yeah, I have fire throw. I enjoyed that. I don't have it on this character, but one of these days, Alice. One of these days. There we go. And gotta get that lowered. There we go. Challenge complete. Yeah. Yes. Oh, stretch it up. There is the resocketing of gems and the extraction of gems is coming. I hesitate to say patch 1, but it is confirmed to be coming, Bush. So at some point, most likely this year, hopefully sooner rather than later. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. All right, 1 second. Pull up. Boom. Ba 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 bow. All right. As a heads up, we are not doing the giveaway just yet. Still alive, but you can already go ahead and put in the command wicked. So that's !wicked, and you get to get entered into the be eligible for the giveaway. So just know, and that's only, and you know, apologies to the Twitch viewers, that's only over on the Windows, the YouTube side, because Nightbot has to, like, it can't manage both platforms. So the yeah, just like Boom did right there, just if you want to be eligible to win a copy of No Rest for the Wicked on Steam, you just got to be in. It's full RNG. There is no benefits whether you're a regular. There's no benefits whether you're you know, a member. There's, like, everybody has an equal opportunity to win in this case. And I figured I'll open that up just so y'all can start putting those in case I do die. That way I'm not like, all right, let's get, you know, start, you know, etc. So this will be something we'll do. The I am thinking, just as a kind of a heads up to seed this into y'all's mind, when we do cross over 100,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a Switch 2 here on YouTube as a giant thank you. My only goal has been to get over 100,000 subs. Like, I don't have bigger aspirations than that. It just feels like that's an insane milestone, and I'm really excited about that. So, all that being said, I will rate regulars heavier. So I want to give people who have been subscribed to me, you know, because I figure, especially as we get, you know, in my mind, the last 1,000, 2,000, most likely those are going to be the subscribers who are like, oh, I'm just here for the Switch, right? Like, I just want to try to win. So my hope is that as you guys are chatting, we get the regulars, and we go from there. They use Let's see here. Maybe it's not regulars. Who is it? Can we not? Okay, maybe I'll have to rethink. I just clicked on the regulars. Right. Sorry. I accidentally clicked off. Be sure to put the command wicked in again. I'm so sorry. Apologize. Where'd my other window go? There it is. I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing a window. Does someone know if patch 1 is releasing? We are still in the waiting room for patch number 1. I would probably put it sometime in June or July. Oh, that guy can throw lightning bolts. Yeah, meet your friend. Oh, level up. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right now we got 4 entries, so I'll keep you guys up to date on that. When is multiplayer coming? It is the next major milestone patch. We've seen it actually already and you know, like the devs have access to the multiplayer build, so it's not like, oh, they got to make it. Again, gosh, that's where it's like, is patch number 1 the multiplayer update? I'm in 2 minds. I go back and forth. Originally, I was estimating late July, early, you know, August time frame, if they're able to hit this 2 to 3 month, you know, kind of cycle. But the real answer is it's gonna come when it's ready. Like, one of the things outside of like a handful of bugs, which I'm sorry, there's no game that does not have an update that doesn't come with like a new bug or something like that. That's just the reality of gaming. That being said, it's like, I think they're going to make sure it's as good as it possibly can be, because a lot of people are waiting for the multiplayer update. There you go. Do elemental infusions and stack with enchantments? Yes, but you can only, like, you can't have multiple elements on the weapon. So yeah, like you can have various different, you know, enchantment effects, like increases cold damage, or, you know, things like that, and that's going to definitely help. But that will probably make you want to make sure you infuse the correct, you know, it has some synergy there, rather than like, oh, increases fire damage, I'm using ice magic. All right, what rune would I say is the best? Man, oh, I haven't built a ranger yet. But one of the things I really enjoyed was like multi-shot, and like what else? There was another one. It was it's like spread shot, and it was just awesome. Dead gum Wolfie. Woo! He knocked me hard. Y'all see that? Holy crap. Plague damage, I think, reduces your ability to heal, or their ability to heal. It also basically just makes everything they do less effective, I think. That's for what that's my, how it feels, at least. Alright. Leveled up. Oh, dude. So Bush says it would be cool if there was an area in town that lets test their weapons and see if really like the runes or not. Dude, yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I think that'd be really nice. I like in my in the original release of this, I had a build that was like a 0 focus build. Like there's nothing you can do to ever gain focus. So everything was just prioritized on other things. It was fun, but it was definitely like, I think my ranger build was just far more powerful. Oh, come on. Oh. I don't have any bombs. Might as well use this. I'm assuming it is, but I haven't been to it yet. When asking if the north part of this is like, because there's the bounty right there, like so it's like the Marion Woods is over here, and then like this is Nameless Pass, and so it's like they all connect. Like it's not like you load into a zone. It's like this world is connected. So you can see it. We should be able to get there. I see a whisper and some good stuff in the distance. It's one of the things, like I saw somebody make a comment on one of my videos. They're like, why is nobody talking about performance? I was like, I think I literally spent like 2 minutes of the video talking about like, it's going to be a constant, well, you know, it's good that they're continuing to focusing on it, but it's always going to be something that's going to take a lot of time because you got, especially on PC. I think performance on consoles is going to end up being pretty locked in because it's like, okay, this is the, oh, there we go. See, here's another great example. Look at this giant chest, increase your opportunity to get fallen embers in that case. Boom, boom. I haven't even had that marked. I don't know. I haven't been up here. It'd be wild if like you could have some progress shared across like characters. Oh, I mean, I guess you have that with the realm, but yeah. Have a good one, Bruto. Cheers, sir. All right, now we got 6 entries. 6 entries in the giveaway. All right. So this is Finley, or this is Malik. Not the Inquisition. You're something else. You came like a fire. If the Torn don't kill you, they surely will. Is that who we're talking about in terms of it? Like unlocking Finley? Let me go and open up this gate. Oh, there's a... Back to that in a second. Slovenia, what's up? Howdy from Texas. How are you today? In the area where you turn the handle to open up the oh, okay. Jeez Louise, I don't know if I've ever freed Finley. I mean, that's why I need to do more live streams. Y'all can backseat, and it's like, oh yeah. How do you learn so much, Brian? It's like, well, people just feed me the information, and then I just relay it. All right. Enough of that. Oh, resources inventory full. All right. Oh, you're chilling with your son. How nice. I'll be chilling with my son here soon, too. Ooh, excuse me. Heat enchantment. Probably should see what I can rip. Those have thrust. Yeah, gyms are not yet upgradable. They're not reslottable. Decreased stamina. The attack. Interesting. I'd rather take an element. Animal Wellspring and Heat Enchantment. Alright. Good for now. Yeah, like anything that could be considered upgradable would be really nice. Alright, let's go back to the Nameless Pass. man, like, Chad's asking what's the coolest legendary weapon? Like, Corpse Reaper Blade is my favorite out of the legendary weapons so far. I haven't gotten all of them. I got my mage where I could use, like, you know, I forget, was it Falling Star or something like that? That was cool. Man, I was hoping to sneak up on her. Speaking of legendaries, they are kind of low chance of drop. Yes. So, and then, like, if you go and you get to where you can just, like, farm on the Echo Knight and just beat him over and over again, you'll find that you can get a lot more legendaries that way. But yes, they are a low drop rate. As a reminder, as you find these chests, give yourself a little hint. Because you can see it in the UI as you run around. You're like, wait, is there a chest near here? Resources inventory is full yet again. Oh, man. I don't know if they're gonna stick with me if and when I die. That's actually something that will be fun to test out, like when that does happen. But it does stick with your character. So like when you're, you know, on a non-hardcore character, they'll stay until you turn them off from even session to session. So it's like they don't go away. This build. Wolf, like, yeah, mark them for wherever, like the thing that you need to just give yourself an added advantage. All right, thanks for the 46 likes, guys. We are so close. I hope every stream can get at least 50 likes. Last one was wild. We had a lot more people, but it's like we had over 100. It's like, whoa. Whoa. Made it. I should go down and move it. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, man. Still So far, so good, man. I will die to height. Like I will get pushed off an edge. I will die to fall damage. The goal, and we got a little bit more to go because like I got to level I think 13 on my first hardcore character. I didn't make it 1 hour on my second hardcore character, so I've already beaten that progress. There we go. I've already made progress there, but then I'm hoping I can, you know, every hardcore character I can I do better than the previous? And now I want to see if I can do better than the high score. But if I die, we'll give away a copy of the game. We're gonna give away a copy of the game regardless, but yes. Knock them around. First and foremost. Let them do the falling. I'm butchering your name. Helena says, "Hi Brian, thanks for the content. By any chance, do you know what does the regainable health enchantment does exactly?" And this is the this is my experience, so you just kind of take it with a grain of salt. I'll let chat know if they have any other insights to it. But a regainable health, in my mind, because there's max health, there's health like regen, like, you know, etc. Regainable health, I think, means whenever I eat food and heal, that actually increases overall. But you guys can let me know if I'm wrong. There's a possibility for sure. All right. Yeah, Crucible is supposed to be a little bit of a challenge. I've had more success on my strength build than I have had on my dex build. Like, you know, and maybe that's because of bugs. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I'm looking forward to when we can start to upgrade our whispers. There we go. Perfect. All right. Progress. Yeah, is there a chest over there? Can't get it now, I guess. Oh, I can run through it. Yeah. Come on. Don't drown. Oh, dude, yeah, everything feels like... What level are you in the Crucible right now as well? Because I think it scales, because I've noticed, like... I am in my lower level... My lower level character seems to be doing much better with it. Beautiful. Yeah, you said Finley's somewhere in here, right? Maybe I did unlock him on one run, on one realm back in the day. She's the mechanics. Oh, is he running away? Come on back.
Well, how can you help? You don't have hands.
A quarry key is needed to open this door. Okay. Where, oh where might that quarry key be? Yeah, okay, I see him. I don't know if I've ever freed that guy. I do not think I've freed Finley. Boom, baby. Walk to the other side and look for a jump to the top of the cages. All right. Let's see if we can do this on hardcore, man. Let's do it. A little bit more life, a little bit more stamina, and a little bit more faith. Faith prevents fall damage. Whoa. OP stat. Yes. That is the NPC. Like, I knew, I've known of Finley. I just was like, I don't know. Never really kind of like, let me go figure that out. Yeah, if we die, we'll go free him on my normal character because I need to go to Nameless Pass anyway. I thought I was Connor. Yeah, he only 8 o'clock. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Yeah, hit your friend. Yeah. Y'all fight each other. I'm not gonna lie, I will. Oh, come on. I dodge rolled that. Get out of the way, get out of the way. Go, move. Go, go. Oh, boys. Woo. All right, hold up. Brave Sir Robin runs away, guys. I need to rest and heal. Oh my goodness. Woo! All right, currently we've got 7 entries for the giveaway. We almost had the roll. So guys, make sure you get your entry in. Do the exclamation mark wicked to be able to be eligible. So command wicked, aka exclamation mark, the term wicked, and bada bing, bada boom. When in danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Brave Sir Robin ran away. Cool, I still have a little bit of extra food left. Good. Alright, so as long as the witch isn't there, I think I should be able to help me out. Get out of there. Get out of there. This guy hits like a ton of bricks, man. One feels harder than the others. Got him. Woo! Woohoo! I'm guessing the key's not down here. All that for just a measly pair of pants. All right, let's see. Let's see. Where's Finley? And we go up. I think maybe I did this once. And then never again. Mother fudger. Oh, I lived. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness gracious. We still have only 7 entries for the giveaway, so be sure to make sure that your name's there. I got Cell, Zix, T, Call Me, Boomchim, James, and Airco currently. And you got to be here to win the giveaway. We'll give you a little bit of time to reply. You got to be on my friends list. So if you aren't friends with me on Steam, my code is in the description of this video. You got to also be in a region. Now, if you're going for the giveaway for a friend, perfectly fine. No issues with that, but they have to make sure that we got to make sure they're on my friends list. So as a heads up. Need to find a fire and cook some food. You just gotta jump across those cages and fell off to get the key. Okay, cool. Well, I need to heal. I need to find a fire. And I need to find a whisper, kind of reset a little bit. I want to go down that way. Jeez Louise. The big fights I don't seem to be bothered by. It's these acts of balance. The true test. Please have mercy on us. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I clinch as well. I'm like, squeeze the cheeks. This could be it. Let's go heal up. Ayo! Oh, goodness gracious.
Maybe they know. Good to see you back.
Ooh, iron. Got an iron axe. Keep that. That with the durability stuff kind of throws me off. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sell this stuff because I need the money.
Get out, explore.
What level am I in the moment? Level 12. So the highest I got was 13 on my last character.
Many thanks.
Every trinket a treasure. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. He left already.
See that?
Have healthful and take your.
All right, guys, give me 1 second. I need to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry for the wait. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Yes. Be sure to be putting in that wicked command. We've got 7 entries currently. And we will do a giveaway. Now, ETA on the stream, roughly 1 hour, and then I gotta go help the fam and do all the morning dad stuff. So, one of two things will happen. I'll die, we'll do a giveaway. We'll keep playing, we'll hang out. Or, at a minimum, we'll play for, 30, 40 more minutes, and then we'll make sure we try to give away. We found that doing the giveaway is a little bit of a challenge from time to time. And then if we hit the random goal, we'll also do another giveaway. But just as a reminder for those, sound off in the comments when this is a VOD. I have been also doing giveaways in the comments as well. So again, the goal is to try to get as many people into No Rest for the Wicked any way we can. All right, Ziz is on the board. Bruto, there he is. There he is.
See that?
They say he left already.
Got you, TK. You're here on the board. Gotta get that food. I just reminded you I need more coffee. Sitting here making announcement vid for service tomorrow. Dude, TK, talk to me about that when you get your coffee. What are you doing? What are you making? What are you doing? Are talking to high pitch? Like, get excited? Let's see here. All right, and I have repaired, and I've gotten my food. Now we may return to the Nameless Pass. Will the map expand soon? So the map is actually, like, they've showed it off. It's quite large. Will it expand soon? I would not say that as an expectation, just as a heads up. Like, I could see it happening. See, open that thing up. I could see it happening. I definitely think it's happening with 1.0. That being said, maybe it happens before that as well. I do not have a map expansion, zone expansion mapped out from everything they've shared with the multiplayer milestone update or with the combat 2.0 update. But if it was going to fall, so it's multiplayer, the Sacrament milestone, combat 2.0, so 3 big milestone updates, and then we know of 1.0. There might be something else between then and now, right? There might be a 4th, multiplayer, Sacrament, combat 1.0. Okay, so yeah, there's 4 if we count 1.0 right now. Don't know if that will go to a 5 where there's something else, right? So all that being said, is it will be a little bit before we get more expansion to the map. But who knows? They can surprise us. The answer ends up being when it's ready, and that's one of the things that, like, they had they have the zones created and whatnot, and they still just they put a lot of effort into it, which is honestly really refreshing. Like, that's one of the things that really, I think, outside of the combat that they've got, it's one of the things that also kind of highlights Wicked is its map and level design, because it's not it's not RNG. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of procedural or an RNG, but I tell you what, it feels real refreshing.
Strange expedition, this one.
I don't know if I'm yet ready to fight the Riven twins, but we might go back into do some more leveling. That is something interesting, and then I wouldn't be against it, like seasonal, but also at the same time, like with
shut without reason.
what's it called?
The ancients built it to defend against the plague.
Defends against the plague. The interesting. What was I thinking? Oh, like Animal Crossing, where it's like, yeah, it's winter, and so there's a little bit of a, you know, a seasonal thing to the game. I don't know. Just making a pre-roll announcement to help me make the flow of service better. So also I'm ensure all the announcements for the week are made. Nice. Very cool, dude. All right, we got 11 entries. If you guys haven't done the command Wicked, be sure to put that in on the YouTube side. Also, if you don't win, be sure to leave a comment on the VOD and see what happens.
Tender of the words, there's a beauty to the church consider. I think there is an this.
I turned them off, but then I was like, for Finlay, I was like, oh, I need to listen. All right, dialogue. Servant of God. What's up, Noel? How are you, sir? Or is it Noel?
Honestly, as long as you don't call me late for dinner.
Dude, happy Saturday. Good morning to you, sir.
Happy Saturday. I woke up late and was like, oh wait, is he streaming?
Yep.
I had to come join.
Now, roughly, just as a heads up, like I promised my wife I'd be done by 8:30 because we got a lot of home stuff to knock out. So, that is.
Just come pop in.
Heck yeah, dude. All right. I'm actually gonna go to the lower levels for a little bit, get a little bit more experience. Oh yeah.
Are you doing hardcore?
Yeah, dude. Like that's my thought is like I'll do a hardcore character for every like stat and build, you know, that I want to make, and all of them start as hardcore, and then they die, you know, like when they die, then it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna continue to level them.
Fair enough.
That's the plan. Yeah, my mage is like the lowest level, so I'm gonna have to work on that as well. But I have my monk to level cap right now, and I finished I guess the 4th storied boss or something like that. So
if you had to pick what your favorite class was so far, what would it be?
Oh, I really do enjoy like the strength, kind of the brute build, you know, in this case that I've been rocking and rolling with. So I have to say I really like that. I honestly I'm really interested when I get to doing my archer as well, because that's a lot of archer is a lot of fun. It was, at least, and they're going to be making some changes which I think are going to be valuable. I think that those are coming with patch 1 where it's going back to using stamina.
I'm curious how different the game will feel, or if it will feel different at all whenever the multiplayer gets added, because they discussed the whole idea of having a bunch of different types of like custom classes, and I'm curious how those classes will, like, how the synergy will work with 2 to 4 people, because I know games can drastically change, especially RPGs can drastically change even if you add 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how that's going to be.
It's gonna be neat. I don't know how it's gonna feel, but it's definitely gonna feel something. We're gonna feel something for sure. I'm gonna just get rid of this. So I can gather these resources that stack.
I see 2 bros learning Japanese in the chat. I hope the learning is going well.
Hey, what's up? I'm learning Japanese. All right, perfect. Let's see. I think what else I want to hold on to that. I should have gone and turned in some of this stuff before running out here. I don't have a lot of the Plague Eye core, so Let me go turn some stuff in, clean up my inventory. So this, because I was like, I'm really here to kind of try to get Sacrament upgraded a little bit more, so that way I can. Because it was funny, it was interesting because I was like, oh, someone's saying there was a bug with the fruit pie. They learned the lesson, they can't make it, and I was like, oh, I can't either. This is weird. And then you upgrade Gordon, and he's got a whole kitchen, and then you're like, oh, I can cook in here, and those recipes that require a little bit more finesse now are available. Oh, I like that. Honestly, I really do like that. I like that New World did something very similar where you would, you know, upgrade the cooking station, and then it would open up, you know, more recipes. I was like, yeah, that's fair. There's only certain things I make when I go camping, you know, because they're easy. All right, I need pine. The elevator is being worked on. Sweet.
I know last time we talked a bunch about like the weird landscape that gaming is, and it's interesting to me that like within the week we got the Bethesda leaks or like the art assets being stolen, and then the
wait. So I want to talk to you about the Gearbox thing. I was hoping we could talk about that, but what I did not hear the Bethesda leak news. What happened?
Oh wait, you didn't know?
No,
so
that
there's an artist. Let me get the artist's name.
Are you talking about Bungie? The Bungie thief?
Yeah. My bad. I was about to say.
Okay, I was like,
yes,
wait,
yes.
what? No, I was like, if there's an artist involved, I'm gonna guess it's a Bungie story. That's correct. But I was like, I was like, what's going on with Bethesda? I was like, dude, I'm really looking forward to sitting down and playing.
The third one.
Oh, I know, right? Like, whoa, another, like, it'd be wild if it was stolen art, because it's like, is there a problem of like these companies just stealing art? Which is then kind of ties into the AI conversation, of which it's somebody was like, this song you made sounds AI generated. Yes, it's like, because it's there, because I have the option. I actually did so I wrote and performed a joke and tested it out, right? And then what I did was I put it into the VO3. So I posted this on the post, but over at the comedy channel, and I had it tell my joke in video with the audio. And the results are like wild. Obviously, like there's not a smooth transition between the different beats, because it doesn't have that capacity to go like longer than 8 seconds per clip. But I was like able to structure it via that prompts and get it pretty good. And what's interesting for me, like in that respect, as somebody who does stand up, with the fact, because people are like, how do you make content? It's like there's always going to be sacrifices, right? So as I do stand-up comedy, I can maybe do that once a week, right? So I can test my jokes out. I got 5 minutes once a week, and then I can test out jokes like on live streams. But what this does is it gives me another way to test out jokes, timing, and play around with it, and play around with the words, and see what I actually like better with my own words, having the AI talk to me. It's insane.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. Also, didn't know you did stand up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. It's I've been doing it 3 years now, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite kind of things to do.
That's that kind of community is. Oh, jeez, I got biscotti in my throat.
Biscotti. Yeah, that's a good Italian word.
One of the things that I've always wanted to get into, but like my city is so small with that. Especially like improv comedy is like one of my favorite things.
Oh, improv is, like they have so the place I go, they'll do like open mic, but then they'll also have like improv, etc., which is really nice. All right, I'm gonna just deposit.
Yeah,
Varen, good morning. Yeah, so Bungie,
not Bethesda, but Bungie.
I say, and then on the so I created a music channel, which is kind of like where the song that I have the start the stream is at. And I created a song here. We got to listen to it because it's just so funny. And it's about Bungie, since we're talking about it. Let's see here. YouTube / Ginger Prime Music. And then this is I thought this was appropriate, so I hope you guys enjoy this song.
I was sitting on my front porch, sipping sweet iced tea.
I don't know if you can hear it on,
Saw
it's on
sparrow
stream.
fly by with the shader looking just like me. Flipped on that
the
old console, booted up the fight. A brand new legendary, but something ain't feeling right. I seen that shader in an art book back in '99. A little bit of my soul's been bottled one more time. Hey Bungie, won't you steal this song? Add a shader, slap a logo, string it right along. Put it in the other verse, spice it nice and strong. Hey Bungie, come on now, steal this song.
I thought a country song would be like absolutely perfect.
Moonlight sketches, turned them into marathon skies. Called it original concept, Lord, these boys can
yeah.
fly.
Well, I wrote it. I wrote the words.
Emotes off of TikTok too. Next thing you know, they're selling up to 20 bucks a view. I ain't bitter, just used to how the cycle spins. If you're taking all my hard work, at least cut me in. Hey Bungie, won't you steal this song?
You can hear the AI
Put
mess
it
up a
in the
little bit.
credits, y'all can't do me wrong. Drop it in the nightfall, hum it all day long. Hey Bungie, come on now, steal this song.
Here, I'll link it. Oh, dude,
Now I ain't saying y'all don't make some mighty fine games. Just saying my sketchbook's lighter, bank account's the same. Hey Bungie, won't you steal this song? Make it a season pass and stretch it all you
Oh,
want.
dude, yeah.
From artist to
Throwing
artist.
some silver, Lord, you know it ain't wrong. Hey Bungie, come on now, steal this song.
Similar songs to music, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, and I love country music, etc. So.
Yeah, Bungie.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna.
You done took the art style, the shape.
I'm gonna write it.
Might as well take this thing on the turn.
Country sucks.
Oh,
It's just
fuck.
five things. It's always about the same 5 things. A drug, a girl,
See, I would say I have
country is the
a.
exception.
I'm gonna turn it down.
The old country was about art and poetry and life and love. Stadium country is the ones that, like, it's the same. It's talking about dirt roads and tractors, whatever the person lives in a mansion.
Can I ask why I use AI songs? So I was like just hanging out on 30 and Still Gaming stream, and he does he has like his starting stuff was like these songs. I was like, where are these songs from? They're actually not that bad, and they're all like jokes about like what's going on. And I was like, so I was in a band. I've written like a lot of songs in my day. I'm not like I'm a super talented musician, but I was like, yeah, I like I wrote comics, songs, comedy. Things like that. I do a lot of writing. I wouldn't consider myself a writer, but I now was just saying all these things I've written. And so all of a sudden, so one of the things about me that I do not want this to come across as me like feeling bad for the situation that I'm in, but my time is incredibly limited, as anybody with children, one child can know, and then that obviously is increased. So there's a lot of things I've had to set down. My, comics, my music, things like that, of which I have no regrets. Like I think I traded up for sure. Like I feel my time better spent, much more enjoyable. However, things like Bungie stealing, like there's this sense that it's like this is now opens me up so that like as somebody who has very little time, I can write a song and then I can have and play around and tweak and reiterate, and I can do so now so much faster and efficiently that it's just a lot of fun. And obviously I'm not thinking like, trying to reproduce like great songs that are out there, but goofy ass stuff that just happens in the, in gaming or in the world. I did some Gamergate songs as well up on the music channel. And ultimately my thought is I actually want to build out these like anthologies of different just goofy songs and just have fun with it. So yeah.
Having AI used as a tool of like especially when it comes to AI art, whenever it's like just something that's used as a goofy tool and like fun little things.
Yeah.
Like there's
So
no harm in that.
Yeah. For the podcast channel, I used AI to generate like the logo and stuff, and I hired an artist to now take that because I was like, I don't know what I'm thinking. So we're working on rebranding the podcast to the Gaming Roundtable, and so the goal isn't that AI is just going to do everything. I just was like, here's some ideas, and so AI was able to mock up some stuff, and then I was able to go talk and actually hire an artist so that they can really take that and make it really cool. So it's
that's perfect scenario.
Yeah.
That's like exactly what.
Because I think, and I will fight forever. Like, because my art, like people are like, oh, it's like my art's been stolen. Like I've been posting all this stuff, all of our stuff, all our data. Like I think there should be a level of ownership if our stuff has ever been trained on any of these AIs, right? So you pay, like, people are paying subscriptions. I'm paying Google a subscription for the VO thing. I think anybody whose video is trained off of any of that should be entitled to some portion of that reoccurring revenue. That's only going to come through legislation. And so anybody who wants to fight for that fight, let's fight for it. Let's go. But that being said, is that it is a tool. And it's like, well, I'm going to use it to do these things, and then for me, like, I can't go and dictate anybody do anything different. I'm going to use it, and then if, like, for some reason, right, like if you guys love that Hey Bungie song and you go like, Brian, like, can I get that on Spotify and etc. Well, I think that's when let me work with an actual talented band.
Let me get in the studio and make a Hey Bungie song.
The thing is, I don't have that kind of time. So it's like, but I can work with a talented group of musicians and be like, hey, here's this. Let's actually make it great. Like, here's the starter, right? And so you get that ability. And that's just how my plan is to use AI. As an artist who has been doing art for very long, right? I have, and again, I like any and not to get overly political on the stream, but like any politician that's like, listen, we want to be we're going to broker your data because our data is being sold. Us individually have no ability to go and fight these big companies. But if they wanted to put in some kind of policy in terms of some kind of ownership of it, I'd be all for that. That'd be a candidate that I'd be like, tell me more. Tell me more about your platform. Yeah, and same thing with comedy, Kuro. The comedy thing, it gives me instant feedback. So if you guys haven't seen, also let me switch over to the comedy channel, YouTube/Ginger Prime Comedy, and it's like I had to, like I haven't been doing comedy in a while. I actually was back in the club this week with it. I have those videos. I probably need to get some live streams, videos. Oh, it was a short. So if y'all want, like, I'll pause
Recently,
it. Here, I'll play it so y'all can hear it, because it's obviously you see some visual issues, but here's the joke that I performed this last week, and there's some extra stuff that I actually cut out of this because I was like, it was just a big process. But here's the joke that I told this past week.
Recently,
it's kind of racist.
I found out that gingers are actually black. Yeah, that's what a lady on TikTok said. She just declared it like it was a fact. Gingers are black. And the craziest part of all that, the black community didn't even argue. They were just like, yeah.
Now, the best thing about this, like, if you actually watch it, like, and this wasn't intentional, but I thought this would be really freaking funny, is that at least the first 3 clips, the ginger comedian that I had it generate is progressively getting fatter. So anyway, just like, I was like, man, there's like, there's something that I could do here that I couldn't do, right? Like I could all of a sudden, anyway.
That sounds right. Meanwhile, every ginger I know just went, okay. I do feel black.
Unsettling how legit that looks.
Not so much here or here, but right here.
And so this is like you hear that here, and right here. The bit is actually like I couldn't get the AI to actually do it, but it's like, so not so much here, like on the skin, and then I motion to my crotch over here, or right here, and I'm pointing like to that, and I go, it is like a deep spiritual blackness.
Deep in the soul, like a spiritual blackness.
black enough to use the word homies, but
not black enough to use the N-word outside the deep south.
See, that's it captured that the craziest part is that like that awkward stuff, like sitting in that, like it captured that, it did that, and I was like, holy freaking crap. That's like I was so pleased with that, because the audience doesn't laugh and he just sits in that awkwardness. I was like, yeah, that's I do those kind of things.
But you know what? We do have stuff in common.
Spooky, because then it's like,
for example,
so what the algorithm
slaves,
had done,
sad but true,
was comb through.
But let's be honest,
thousands
Ginger's
and
had it
thousands of stand-up videos, and then registered that nuance of failure and success.
And then one second.
generated that.
Yeah. So Challenge asks, why not use music from real artists? Lots of companies offer music subs like Amino and Academic Sound. Why not use it? I do. That's what we have. Like, that's the music that you generally hear. I pay for that. If you're asking, like, does Epidemic Sound have a Hey Bungie song? I haven't seen it. You know, it's like, that's where that's going to be the balance. Now, again, like I said, if for some reason I write a hit song and the AI helps make it come alive, yeah, I'll hire. We'll team up with artists to really have a good performance of that. So you can hear like some of the things in the AI, like it's like you know, like definitely not as good as in my mind the real thing. But yeah, like there's people get paid. I don't just sit here and use AI and be like, I'm saving money. No. I'm experimenting, and then I use that to build out something. Again, like the music channel ain't monetized. It's like, all right, like I'm just having fun. Y'all can. I'm also working on just like, you know, kind of that kind of evidence. And Epidemic and all of them, I think they also are starting to use AI generated stuff as well. So, what's up, Robert? How you doing? Let's see here. All right. Anyway, so let me rewind a little bit on the joke.
But let's be honest, Ginger's had it better. We were definitely house Gingers. Not because of privilege, just because of the sun. Like, we physically couldn't survive in the field. That's not some Ginger rebellion.
Even
That's the lack of SPF 100.
It sounds like he's speaking through a
So
microphone.
yeah, that's
accurately.
a long ass and potentially racist way to make a joke about skin cancer, of which I've had
multiple
times. Recently, I found out that Gingers are actually.
And then like it goes on and be like, which I've had multiple times, hasn't got me yet. I'm undefeated. The sun has been throwing hands. Yeah, but yeah, so it's like, just in doing that for the joke in and of itself, I was like, oh, I already started writing additional different tags, like different things that I could kind of cut to and have a good old fun time. Currently, we got 14 entries, and right now we're going pretty strong. So we might see what we can do here, guys. We will be giving away a copy of the game for sure, but just so you guys are aware, if I die, we'll do it as soon as that happens, and if I live, we'll do it sometime here in the next like 10 minutes. Cause I need to be downstairs by 8 o'clock.
Something funny that happened last time is just like someone I don't know what exactly it was, but it said like I'm hearing the word like a billion times, and it was because I say like a lot as a filler word.
Well,
so now
also,
any conversation,
yeah.
I'm like, don't say like, don't say like, don't say like.
I also do that very same thing on live. So it's like, I feel there's a vast difference in how I speak in a video versus when I'm live. I'll use those words. I stutter a lot, and that, you know, gets cut out a lot from the edits. Thanks to my editor.
You need to tell us that you don't use a script.
So I generally don't use a script. I generally just create bullet points. You know, so it's just like bop bop
and
bop.
Then just kind of talk
Yeah.
off those bullet points.
Yeah. So and it's like, and then there's certain things I know I say like all the time. There's another like. It's like, oh man. There's certain things that and phrases and idioms that I repeat, and it's all like a sign of success will be one day when somebody goes back and just creates like an AI music song of me repeating, you know, the same thing over and over again or something like that. That like was warranted. Good. No needless likes here, gentlemen. We use proper. We haven't been proper English etiquette. Okay, so we talked about Bungie. We played my song. Let's talk about the other bit of news. The Borderlands that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming you're going for. So like, what are your thoughts about it? Because we had to cancel the podcast this week, and yeah, the Borderlands 4.
So Randy Pitchford, his comments that he said recently. So, like I said before, the interesting part is, for me, the exact conversation we had last week was all about this kind of like energy and this like environment that's been created within the gaming community, and then the week after we get the big old Bungie leak, and then we get Randy Pitchford.
Yeah.
So then, for anyone who isn't aware, Randy Pitchford took to Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and due to the fact that games are starting to get up in price, Nintendo specifically are pushing the $80 mark on games, which
digital 80. It's 90 for those of you want. And that's not. And that's also like, you think about if other companies follow suit, you have to buy the disc drive on the PS5 Pro, right? So it's like, not only are the games more expensive, but in order to play the games, you also have a premium price. But anyway, continue, please.
Yeah. So someone commented talking about that, and basically asking if like that's going to become a standard towards everyone. And Randy Pitchford took towards that for Borderlands 4, and I'll read exactly what he said. He says, A, not my call, and this is the part that have sent everyone reeling.
Yeah.
B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starlight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991, when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Prismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. And that got ratioed to hell.
Dude, yeah, but a lot of people don't bring in the quote of like, it's not his call, and it's like, now that completely changes. Like, I think he could have delivered that message a lot better, because one of the things that like that message implies, especially coming from a millionaire, I don't hear any empathy, because one of the things is like, because I'm in a position because of hard work and sacrifice and good luck and family and like things that were out of my control, that I can afford an $80 video game. Like, it's that. Now what I do is I buy less $80 video games. I'm much more selective. I play No Rest for the Wicked for hundreds of freaking hours for $40. Like, yeah, like, but can I make Borderlands happen at $80? Yes. What Randy failed to do in that message is that, yes, it isn't his call. He's not the publisher. They're going to set the price. However, it lacks complete empathy, because guess what? So many people, that $80, I've seen, I had a message, and we gave out a copy of the game. They're just they're in a bad financial situation, right? Like, it sucks. That's life. Here's a copy of the game.
Rising, like
poverty levels are rising, middle class is disappearing. These are things that we all that we need to fix, and that's where it's like, I'm watching the current administration like a hawk. Like, because my biggest concern is that if the deficit continues to go and grow, what's going to happen? They're going to have to print more money, which is they're doing that already to cover the debt. What that does is that drives up asset prices, meaning if you can't afford assets like a home or stock or whatever, an asset, something that goes up in value, generates revenue, you're going to be absolutely screwed. The biggest and the most unfair and the most unjust tax on the poor is government overspending and this inflation stuff, because they cannot keep up. And so if we really want to see, like, we're already seeing it kind of to the levels of perhaps the Gilded Age back in the, what is that, 1800s? So it's like, yeah, we're seeing a big disparity. I'm hoping that we can see and drive that. And AI is going to drive that too, right? Because if AI replaces everybody's freaking jobs, like, no one's going to have money to spend money on AI stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how that thing goes as well. Now, that all being said, yeah, I think if you're ever going to be like, hey, yeah, it sucks that it's 80, like, people are in a hard spot, and I don't think he did himself any favors. Anyway, come back in with it, because it's like, it sucks, because I was like, yeah, that, like, it sucks that it's 80, But
it would have been really easy for him to say exactly that, but with a lot of empathy, or not even empathy. He doesn't have to be empathetic. He's a random stranger on the internet, but all he had to say was, "It's not my call, but we hope that regardless, we'll make a game that's worth it for people."
Yeah.
Because then that's exactly the same thing he just said, just not being a complete prick about it. Because you'll find a way to make it happen. It's also
Right.
like,
well, and it's not
makes
that
it sound like this is the only game coming out, that this is the only
Right.
thing people are into. Like,
And-
name a single person who's like, I play Borderlands,
Yeah.
and Borderlands
and
only.
only.
Like,
Right. There's options, and that's the thing that a lot of the gaming is. There's way more choice. You know what the easiest choice is? Go play the games as a service game that you already have invested 100,000 hours into. Minecraft or whatever. So that's what is winning. The older games are actually winning. The newer ones are really struggling. And it's
I also wanna
essentially
point out-
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I also want to point out that one of the most easiest and fantastic things on the market at this point in time, Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people, and we talked about this a little bit on the pod, is like speculating that the increase in game prices does make Game Pass and things like that way more attractive, right? Like Game Pass is on fire right now. You have Expedition 33, the Oblivion remake, other games have come out, and even like, and it's not that you're going to get like, oh, this is a 10 out of 10 game every time, but it's like, well, I wasn't going to spend $80 on a 7 out of 10 game, but it's already in Game Pass, and I'm looking for something, I'll give it a shot.
It's like $12 a month.
I pay for Ultimate, so I think I'm at 18, maybe, something like that.
Within just a month, looking at like the big ticket games, Doom, Dark Ages, Revenge of the Savage Planet, I mean, another good game, Dredge, Towerborn, Expedition 33,
Yeah.
Oblivion, Call of
Yeah,
Duty.
Towerborn, I remember I only
GTA 5
played
just
that.
got added recently, which I know it's old, but like that game still has a very big community.
Yeah. Now,
And so you have like, what is that? Like, if all these games are $60, $70, that's more than nearly $300 right now.
Yeah.
In like new games, like freshly the released games.
Yeah.
And then $80, you'll make it work. Like it's like, or I could spend $18 on a subscription and pay $500.
There
worth
was
of
less
games.
choice back then, so it's like, yeah, I get that. I worked and mowed lawns and hustled and got a Super Nintendo. You know, like, yeah, I busted my butt, made that happen as a kid, right? So it's like, I get his story. I didn't have money. I was making $20, you know, a lawn, and I mowed a lot of lawns. You know, it's like, and I made it happen. But there wasn't a lot of choice. Now there's so much choice, which is good to let people choose. Now, Solid over on Twitch says, any the hype for the game, any news on multiplayer? Again, I'm still speculating late July, maybe August time frame. We haven't gotten any kind of official word, so this is just my estimate going off of a velocity of 2 to a 4 month kind of you know, delivery in terms of kind of these bigger features. But the answer will be is when it's ready, and so as soon as it is solid, I'll be sure to give you guys the heads up. Now, also, Robert says new boss, same as the old boss. They want to raise the debt ceiling by $4 trillion with the big, beautiful, big bill. Yes and no. I don't necessarily fully trust a lot of the economics on all of these things because it is such a big machine. So there's a lot of theory crafting. It very well possibly will, but it could also possibly grow the economy in such a way that money is then flowing and jobs get created and more revenue gets generated and yada, yada, yada. First and foremost, I think one of the biggest ways to help grow out the middle class, and especially from the low to middle class, is they need to, that the concept of getting rid of the income tax removal for anybody making, I think they said less than 200,000. I'm all on board for that. I would only add that they should make that
great.
They should make that number scale with inflation so that like in 10 years, you know, it's like, yeah, that kind of gets adjusted as inflation happens to de-incentivize, you know, we shouldn't be like pushing inflation. So that being said, though, like that would be a huge thing. Put the let the people who need the money have the money. I have no problems if they want to tax, but you got to also be, you know, the taxing the rich is going to be a balance. I think beyond like that concept of tax, the thing I'm actually more hoping for is they get rid of these pharmaceutical companies able to advertise on television and in radio and stuff like that in this country. You know, like I want that to be a thing that just goes away. Like we got to get rid of that because I'm all for investing and people being able to make money, especially within medicine, because that's how we get new treatments. I had my gallbladder out. Like it was such a small procedure, But you know, you go back 40 years and it was this massive thing. I'm all for that level of investment, but they got to get those pharmaceutical companies not able to market to us. That's where I want to see it. UBI is an interesting concept. So Bush says we need universal basic income. I think that there is a good argument for that, especially in the age of like excess in AI. However, there is also a human condition that we all kind of struggle with. I think I'm not against it in terms of it. I think though it definitely needs to be looked at. I don't think it should be merit based. I think it just should be like, if they were going to do something like that, supply it. But that's not to say that people aren't gonna, you know, like there's plenty of people. Like like if it was just basically like it, yeah, that's what I think the concept of universal would be. I don't know. I haven't seen negative or like I've seen positive and negative on both sides in terms of it. And I'm honestly my view is test it out, see what works, see what doesn't.
It's also something that could be done, you know, the billionaires were taxed. I think if they were taxed properly, we could like do things like solve
and the only way
housing crisis.
The only way you can tax the billionaires properly is, in my mind, a flat tax. Like it's just like, this is what the tax is, no exceptions for anybody. Because if anybody's going to find a loophole, it's the people with money. That is the cold hard facts. Why did they hire, was it 800 IRS agents to go and monitor all the people who are making $30,000 a year? Because they can't fight anything. They don't have the money or the time. They're not going to go fight the guy with $100 million.
Like a 20% tax to everyone, then the billionaires would have like 20% of their billion gone, and then like the person who's making like 20,000 would have 20%. That's not bad. Like
you have to
20%.
It's like you have to be very strategic, because like 20% also is kind of crazy. So the other tax they could kind of do would be a sales tax, but in like if they decided to get rid of income and go with the sales. However, the sales tax would need carve-outs for the basic necessities, food, utilities, etc. Otherwise, that's a big tax on the poor and not so much a tax on the rich. So it's like there's things like that. Like but anyway, I want more money in the hands. And then also that's where you'll continue to hear me talk about, like, guys, pay off your debts. The best wealth building tool that you have is being out of debt. And these companies spend millions, billions of dollars to try and make you think that you're winning with a credit card, and you're not. It's gonna catch up to you. And you'll find that you're gonna be able to actually like really improve your life, especially with work. Why did companies want to run a credit report check on you? Well, if you have debt, they have leverage. If you do not owe anybody any money, and your boss wants to be a jerk, bye-bye.
It's crazy that companies can even do that. Be like, I'm gonna hire you for a thing that's completely irrelevant to money and finance, and like, let's not look at your record of work or anything. It's like, let's look at credit, and it's like, that's insane. Imagine if someone's just like, yeah, I'm paying off student loans. They're like, I got a house, and it's like kind of put me under, but like I have a job, and then it's like, let's check your credit. Like, in order to get rid of debt, you need money, and what you're trying to do is work for us to get money, but we're gonna check your credit and say, no, you have bad credit, so therefore you can't work for us. It's
they get to like use and abuse you. This person will be working weekends. They will be working more hours, you know, because they need this job. The craziest thing, like when we got out of debt, things get cheaper. Weirdly, like you're like, oh yeah, like you can afford. No, like we still live like I would say, like, outside of a handful of niceties, I have a nice computer, which is great. I'm very thankful for that. Outside of a handful of niceties, we live basic lives. Like, you know, my truck's 20 years old. You know, it's like
less bills, got more money.
Yeah, less bills, and so we save a lot more. Oh my gosh, well, I'm not risking this.
Quickly go into credit real quick. Credit was invented in 1989.
Yeah,
like that.
Right. If you go and you talk to like your grandparents, they're like, you really shouldn't use credit. Maybe you know, for borrowing on a house, right? Like there, and honestly, like when it's said and done, we separate debt in terms of two categories: consumer debt, which would be, you know, credit cards, car loans, maybe even student loans at this point, which a lot of people are going to university, wasting a lot of money for pointless degrees, where you could actually do way better going to a trade school. So that's where it's like me and my wife constantly debating, do we want to, send the kids to university, or do we want to send them to, help them learn a trade? And then you essentially have like mortgage. Now a mortgage means death note. So, but it is usually generally put into an asset that goes up in value, or if nothing else, when you pay it off, guess what? You have that. That's important. One of the things that will help dramatically in a retirement is that when you don't have any, when you have all your costs fixed, so that way you don't end up being somebody who's like, oh yeah, I've got interest payments and I got all these things. But that's the thing that blew my mind, and like I felt it pretty quickly getting on a dad. I was like, we got a different cell phone plan, so I pay $30 a month for the cell phone. It's like, what? How do you do that? We buy the phone outright. I keep it for 4 to 5 years, and we pay AT&T prepay. So, and we pay a year in advance. So I pay, maybe it's less than 30. I pay $300 a year for my cell phone. Okay. People spend thousands of dollars a month on their cell phone. Wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wild.
Also, I pulled this up prior and I forgot to bring it back up. Quickly going back, we can move on to whatever, but quickly going back to the Gearbox CEO, one of the things we are talking about money. So $80 in 1991 is now $187. So still using his logic.
In order to, well,
it's $187. You can make it work. That's the same logic.
Well, that's the thing that I always kind of remind myself is that when I was growing up, my dad was like making like 90, and like that'd be the equivalent of me making like $280K a year. Like inflation has gone up that much that it's like, holy crap. And so it's like, I get how people feel like things are unaffordable and struggling. Now, Robert says, thinking my kids can go to college if they get a full ride, or to a trade school. Honestly, my goal is like, if they want to go to university, it's going to be in a degree path that really kind of needs it, right? Like you want something like, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or engineer, like there's a value in going to the university then. But if you're like, oh, I'm studying, like, well, I don't know, what would be, underwater basketball evening, like, no, you're not going into $100,000 to $200,000 of debt. I'd even probably push back if my kids wanted to be a dentist. It's like dentists rack up so much debt, and they're like, oh yeah, you make a lot. Like, no, the poorest people that I know are doctors. It's like, because like the amount of, and then they were making so much money, and they don't never, they just kind of keep living in this debt life cycle, and it's a real bummer. Sure, they might not have a nice house, but they don't own it. Yeah, I had my university was covered at about 90%. I had a baseball scholarship, and then when I got injured, when I blew out my shoulder going into my senior year, I switched it from a baseball. I basically said, listen, I'm not going to be much use to the team this year, and I turned off the baseball scholarship and went with the technology scholarship. So 90% of my university was covered, so I had that paid off pretty daggum quickly. But my wife, I love her very much, but she got a master's degree in social work, and she herself would be like, that was, nah, don't need it. You do not need a master's in social work to be a social worker. Load says, will the devs consider making it a little bit easier for new players? I think that's what when they talk about the custom realms and the difficulty tiers coming into play. Yeah, so I think that's going to be something that's an option for a lot of people whenever that gets added in. And I'm not against it. The only thing I'll ever argue is that if the devs did not want to put in difficulty tiers and then they were forced to, I'm not for that. But if the devs are like, yeah, this will be an idea, because Thomas has even talked about the fun he's having, playing with his son, and letting, and it's like, yeah, his son's younger, he's not as skilled, and it's like, yeah, you want, to have that experience. Same thing with me. Like, I might, if I could turn off a couple of things, like maybe turn off the gore, and then, tune down the difficulty a little bit and play with the kids, that'd be wonderful, right? Dennis need a
I've
raise.
seen people force down like devs' throats is like, we need difficulty sliders or whatever. And I think there's two camps. There's the one that it is their direction, like the intention of the game and the direction of the game. So it is their choice if they add a difficulty. I think something like Dark Souls getting a difficulty slider would be disingenuous to the entire franchise.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like there is a large portion of people who would probably play the game if there was an ability to play it easier. But is that the intention of the game? Is that the direction of the game? So then that's but I also think, again, the developers don't owe the fan. Well, I don't even know if that would be considered fans, but they don't owe people anything. So it's like at the same time, it'd be cool, I guess. But at the same time, if they say no, then that's just kind of it. And the idea of mods are a thing, and then the idea of community stuff, especially with the realms. So it's cool. I think it's a net positive whenever developers do it, but it's always interesting whenever. I haven't seen it really with this game, but I've seen
I think the biggest downside is to, especially when it comes to like mods for games that don't have, you know, difficulty sliders, is if the developers or the studio behind it are very disingenuous to the community itself. Take, for example, Bethesda. Bethesda recently has been kind of cracking down on people with certain mods. Like, Bethesda has always kind of been, yeah, we like mods. Like, that's what's kept Skyrim alive all these years, but they keep trying to screw over modders.
I think I'm wondering if it's trying to them move modders into the ecosystem in which that there's a financial incentive, but also a kickback to them as well.
Oh yeah, they did start to push for in-game mods for, like, I think it was the
Starfield and Skyrim.
I think the first one
Skyrim
was
the first one.
Remaster
Skyrim
of
and Fallout.
Yeah, it was You're right. It was Skyrim like Anniversary Edition or whatever. Like whenever they kind of like remastered it in a way, and then
it was Skyrim first, and then Fallout got it next. But then they quickly rescinded the Skyrim one because people got mad.
Well, guys, I didn't die, and we got a little bit before I promised my wife I'd be downstairs here in about 12 minutes. So I want to make sure everybody gets the opportunity. If you're here with us live right now, make sure you type in the command WICKED, so that way you can be eligible to win a copy, assuming you're on my Steam friends list, which my Steam code is in the description. There you go, Adrian. Thank you, thank you. Just like that, just like they did in chat just now. And you got to be on Steam, which is friend code. Go send me a friend request, and then we'll confirm who you are. And then if you win, and then you have to also be in a region in which that Steam will let me gift. Like if you're in the UK, I don't think I can gift, but if you're fighting if you want to try and win for your friend, cool. Just note that that they'll have to be on my friends list. So it's like that is the one I can't gift it to you, and then you gift it to them. It's like it doesn't give us that level of ability. Now, all that being said, we got 15 entries right now. So if you've already put in the command WICKED, you're already in the running. So we'll give you guys just a second, and then we'll roll it. If you're not here, we'll wait a little bit. We'll re-roll if needed. If we can't actually give it to you, we'll have to do a re-roll. So just because you didn't win, there you go. And then as a reminder, be sure to sound off in the comments of these VODs, because I've also we gave away 2 copies just to commenters on the last live stream as well. So. Yum. Yeah, there we go, Robert. Robert on the board. Thank you so much, Robert, by the way, for your membership. Really means the world to me, buddy. Like, I can't thank you enough. Let me see how long you've been a member. User activity, channel activity. All
Do you
right.
plan on doing a multiplayer live stream when it drops?
Oh, for freaking sure, dude. Like, that's the thing. Like I said, like I want to advocate for certain things for myself. It's folks like Robert that keep ads off of these streams, so thank you, Robert, so much. Nintendo's 2 Direct reveal, like I'm just kind of looking at, yeah, I was like, I can see chat activity now, which is nice, but it doesn't tell me how long. Robert, do you have one of those milestone chat things? Like if you click on the little $sign, does it say like free milestone, whatever, that like, there it is. 7 freaking months, dude. 7 months. Thank you so much for that, dude. And that, as a renewal, pushes to 4 of 25. There we go. Yay. All right, cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. 7 months, man. It does blow me away. We got 16 entries. Any console news? I would, if you're waiting for console, wait for 1.0. And the reason why, and it sucks, because like I can't wait for the consoles, you know, because I'm gonna be picking this up on console too, because it's cross-play, cross-progression. Let's go, you know. But that being said, is that you see kind of some of the kickback, you see some of the negative stuff, you see kind of the hit pieces, right? We talked about this a little bit last week. Well, what solves that? Great games shut everybody up. Like, you, no matter what political divide people are on, if the game's good, no, like, dude, nobody cares. Whatever your view is, whether you want to attack the devs or whether you want to try to label the game as something or another. That all being said, so great game, right? What's the best thing? Like, we refine it. It gets early access. They really get it fleshed out. Like, wow, this game is that good. Console release, boom. They don't have to deal with the drama. They don't have to deal with nothing. It's a game. It's ready to freaking rock and roll. And that's, I think, probably what ultimately would happen. So I would put console release at the 1.0. All right, now that being said, we got our 16 entries. It is past 8:20. I want to make sure we get plenty of time to gift this actually away. Our winner, Two Bros Learning Japanese. Hey, just need you to sound off in the comments, and then I need to make sure that you're on my friends list on Steam, and then I can give you a copy of this incredible game. And thank you guys for the 64 likes. Bada bing,
Two
bada
Bros
boom.
can share it.
We do a lot of sharing in this family. A lot of sharing. All right. We'll give them 2 minutes, being that we're close, and I promised Jules that I'd be downstairs. But yeah, so yeah, the Randy Pitchford thing, man, you know, like, and that's the thing. He's just kind of talking. It's like, bro, think before you tweet. You know, like yeah, this is not gonna go over well. It's one of the things why when you see like
insinuates.
Well, and the funny thing is that like people like the money conversation is such an interesting conversation because there is an amount of money that you can make that really just overall improves your life. After that point, like it's just like whatever. But below that number, things can be really tough. And so it's like my thing is like I know people are suffering. Like I don't talk about my charity and all the things that we try to do out. Like yeah, I'm giving away games. That's kind of support the devs, cool, but like there's a real aspect that it's like we do, and especially as a Christian, need to be taking care of each other. I don't want to defer my responsibility to you, my brothers and sisters, to the government to do that. The government can't love you, it can't care for you. It can give you the things, but it doesn't have that, and so there's something just a little bit not as satisfying. And so I think that it is especially on us to take care of each other. That's why it's like one of the things that really fundamentally changed. All right, sorry, Two Bros. It's been 2 minutes. We're going with another one. One of the things that fully did change my call me TK. I know you've been here, TK. So let's see if we can call you a winner. And he is. There he is. All right, are we friends yet on Steam, TK?
Because that's one of the things about gaming.
What's like? I'm gonna finish my rant, but it's like the thing that really changed. Dave Ramsey said, "It's not my money; it's God's money, and I'm just here to manage it." And I'm like, "Whoa, dude, that was like such a shift." So it's like, yeah, it's my job to manage this and be a steward of it. I don't own it, you know. And then he says, and it seems to be true, when you have that. I'm assuming TK, you're the call me TK on here. I'm gonna add you, but I'll have you confirm before I actually gift this out. Boom, baby. Woot woot. All right, so it's like, yeah, it absolutely changed. It took this weird pressure off, and then it's like, okay, it's not that you can't have nice things. Like I have a nice computer, cool. You know, I'm very lucky in that aspect. But it's also that it's like, okay, where's the need? And so, you know, like, yeah, I'm not going to say their name or where they live, but unfortunately we had a house burned down. Send them some money. Like, hey, we have it's the first thing we budget for is giving. That is the first line item in anybody's budget. And if you're not doing a budget, guys, get on it. it will change. It will change you. Because a lot of people are like, oh, a budget is going to restrict me. No, it's actually incredibly freeing. Because it's just telling your money where it goes. You know? So, anyway. All right, let's see here. A gift cart. Continue as a gift. Select recipient. Call me TK. And continue to payment. And, yep, there we go. That's what I want. And agree to the terms for a gift for TK. Make sure I'm not having a senior moment. Boom City. Yes. Another copy given away. Thank you so much for being here, TK. And thanks everybody else for being here. The goal will be next Saturday as well. However, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff around the house, so my schedule might change a little bit. That's why I just keep it locked. Be a part of the Discord. You can do that for free in the top link in the description. Love to have you guys for that. Now, we did not hit the goal, and that's okay. But that does not mean we won't give away other copies. So just be sure, again, as a reminder, be checking out the comment section from time to time. Who knows what happens? Boom. And he gifted it. Perfect. Awesome. Yes. And we'll do the, yeah, we'll keep doing the giveaways of this game and so much more. And we'll keep talking about video games and all that good stuff. Now, I guess to be over on Twitch, it would be nice to go and, I guess, give somebody a raid. Subscribe to earn drops. What? There's drops? Okay. What is this?
Is there drops for no rest?
Doom the Dark Ages Crunchyroll. Okay, never mind. No, there's no drops for no rest right now. All right, no big deal. I was just like, it just said this subscribe to earn drops. I was like, wait, is there drops? Like, holy crap. All right, raid. Anybody doing no rest? Ooh, Enshrouded. That's a game I wish I was able to spend some more time with. Hey, this guy's got 1 viewer. Let's go and say hi to him.
That's dope. I finally got the chance to really dive into Claire Obscura, and I'm having a blast with it.
Nice. All right, guys, if you're over on Twitch, we're gonna, you know, his name's Jake. Let's go. Yeah, Enshrouded is great, dude. That's another game that I'd, you know, like, again, don't have the availability to be do more streams that, you know, but who knows? We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I wish you guys all the absolute best. Hopefully I will see you in the next thing. In fact, actually, there'll be a guide going up very shortly after this video ends. Oh, cool. It's actually ready now. Let me publish this guide. Copy. And then I'm going to send you guys over to it. Nope. And there we go. The rest for Wicked. All right, and let's go and make that public. All right, and then if you guys wouldn't mind, let's see here. Here we go. If you wouldn't mind going and giving that video as we wound this down over on YouTube a watch, that would be hugely beneficial. Did that show up here on? Okay, good. Yeah, that's the YouTube link right there. So I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna wish you guys all the best. Thank you so much for being awesome. And we're gonna go raid Jake, and we'll talk to you guys